You already know. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought. Today, I'm giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. And today, I got to tell you, I am on cloud nine. There's this feeling of nostalgia because I am hosting. I'll be the host for a football camp, a youth football camp with over 200 kids, and it's put on by a Sheldrick Red Wine who currently plays for the Dolphins, grew up in the area, played for the youth, things like that. And, you know, a lot of you, if you know my story, I moved to Miami to work for the Dolphins Foundation. So now that I've developed as a speaker, as a paid speaker, the fact that I'm hosting a camp is a feeling that I cannot put into words. And I got to tell you about what gives me the confidence to be able to say yes to something like that. You know, this entire thing came about literally 48 hours ago. And, you know, shout out to you, Tara. I got on the phone with Tara, and, you know, she said what she was looking for, and then my response was more or less, so say less, say less. I'm there. Just let me know what times I am there. I'm all about that stuff, right? So what gives me the confidence to say yes to an opportunity like that is not only the fact that I work for the Miami Dolphins Foundation and I know exactly the do's and don'ts. I know how to engage fans. I know exactly what it is he, as Sheldrick, would want out of this camp. But a couple of years ago, I'd say about 7 or 8 years ago, I used to be a distributor for a multi-level marketing company named ID Life, all right? While I was doing that, I was also an LA Fitness sales rep, and I was also a volunteer basketball coach, a volunteer youth basketball coach. And I remember the league owner was a guy named James Agbai. He ran a basketball league named WISE, which stands for Winning in Sports and Education. And he named his basketball league WISE. And I can remember hooking him up with my ID Life team, you know, the ID Life sales rep. So during the games, we could, you know, do a vendor setup, we could do a table setup and things like that. And I didn't know how this business worked back then. I really don't. And just seeing the way James handled that situation gives me the confidence to today where I could host a camp of over 200 kids, because this is what he did. So what I was doing, I just made the introduction. I said to my ID Life rep, his name was Bill Rupp. And I remember just introducing Bill to James, and James gets on the phone. He goes, wait, man, you got to understand, you know, we got to put him in the right situation. We got to make sure he's at a game. We got to make sure this, we got to make sure that, you know, we got to make sure that nothing you guys sell and nothing ID Life sells conflicts with this, that, and the third. I mean, he just went in and you could tell he knew his shit. So by the time we got to the game in which we were setting up the ID Life products, and by the way, so ID Life, they sell sports drinks, you know, and protein and things like that. You know, your typical, there's a lot of those kind of sports nutrition companies like that. Very similar to Advocare and stuff like that, or even Herbalife. So we get to the game, and as James Agbai, he's not only is he the league owner, but he's also the one doing the announcements at the game and making sure his league is run in a professional manner. You know, throughout the game, he's just announcing free sports drinks, ID Life, free sports drinks. And then he came in and he gave them the opportunity to speak to the crowd. And not only that, but even before that, he goes, listen, I'm going to be announcing you guys. And as I'm just kind of sitting there taking it all in, because I was the one that made the connection and I was actually coaching, you know, one of the teams, I was just like, wow, you know, this is amazing how, you know, people can put the community together and get people out in the community to do things free and just make connections. So, you know, whatever you're going through in life and however you're trying to get there, just remember, in fact, the book that should be coming out very, very soon, The Six-Figure Athlete, I'm a co-author in that book. And I named the title of my chapter is Make a Connection. And that's what this is all about. Make sure as you're going out, make a connection. When you make a connection, nothing but positive things happen for you. A positive connection, a connection that's going to help you in some sort of way. All right. Again, if you want to dive deeper into my world, check out the Move Swiftly podcast. It's available on all streams. Make sure you download that as soon as possible. Go purchase a couple copies of my book. Please get it from makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaMove.com. Please purchase a couple copies of my book from that website. Don't get it on Amazon. Please don't do that. You know, Jeff Bezos is rich enough. It's time for me to come up. All right. Everyone out there, Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.